I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and welcome to the final alphabet of this whole alphabetical order challenge that I've been doing on my podcast. Man, I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to get through, but I did. I was like, I stuck through with the challenge, and I'm happy about it. But anyways, I wanted to talk on the zone that I'm in right now. That's overall, what I'm going to be discussing and talking on. But no, more so just mental zone that I'm in right now. I would call it mental zone, but alphabetical order challenge. I'm like, I want to hurry up, get this episode out of the way before I get carried away, start messing up, trying to redo it, trying to do another form. I'm like, look, I'm going to just talk on this and leave it at that for the next 15 minutes. But no, anyways, but the zone that I'm in right now is that I just kind of want to be to myself. It's one of those things where it's just, and it's not even I don't know, I'm trying to not be disrespectful, but at the same time, I want y'all to truly know how I feel. So I guess if I could say it in a non-disrespectful way, I just feel that there are people out there where I'm I gotta avoid them. I gotta stay away from them. I gotta, stay in my own zone. And to those people, I would like to hope and think that they're not like that with everybody. It's just something that it's it's one of those life lessons that I gotta go through. But no, if they are like that with everybody, I'm fam, I can see why. It's you don't really have too many friends. Cause it's just, when you sit down and just kind of see how a person acts, that's not something you would you just are naive to. You don't pay attention to it. You don't overall see it in things. I think everybody can see how a person acts, their true character, right? And sometimes people may hide who their true character is, but for the most part, if you're hanging around this person, if you're on that level of best friends, but it's it's not even really a best friend relationship. You're kind of taking them in, you're kind of just, seeing, just testing the waters of of that person being your best friend. Because if you so-called claim a person to be your best friend, right? You're not going to be questioning whether or not you guys going to be friends for a long period of time or friends for life. No, based off of best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, you're going to be with them for a long period of time. But if you have to question whether you're going to be with them for a long period of time, I think it's one of those things where it's you got to be in your own little zone. You got to, you just got to ride solo until you can find people that's just, in that same zone with you. Because if a person's not in that same zone with you, it's no, you have no other choice but to, cut that person off. And, just overall move on with your life. And the thing is this, I'm bro, the times where I just recently did it. I just recently had to cut a friend off. And it's one of those things where it's I thought it was going to be difficult, but here I was thinking that, this whole alphabetical ordered episode challenge thing was going to be difficult. And I slowly see things getting easy. Just stuff is getting easier. Things is, I'm able to do things that I thought I would never be able to do. So yeah, no, cutting off this friend, it was something where I'm if I hadn't, I felt that just more pain and trauma was gonna get caused to the point where I'm I was gonna really be in a, in a bad situation. And I don't want that, I overall want the best for myself. I don't want to be in no more tough situations. And I was just sitting down thinking that no, I'm just tired of it. I know that's life. I know life is all about being in tough situations, you're going to have your moments, but I'm man, I'm tired of it. You know, like I want to, like I just want life to be, you know, in a better way. So that's why I'm like, bro, lately, you know, the zone I have to say that I've really been in is content creating. You know, like just overall trying to like find and just do, you know, like just be who I like once was when it came to content creating. Because I feel like that, you know, a lot of like just in this like past few years, like I feel like that ever since, you know, that whole situation went down in 2020, in the beginning of the pandemic. You know, like I felt like that was pretty numb to the content creating scenes. Like I was just doing just whatever, you know, and I didn't really care. And, you know, yeah, at times like it kind of like will snap me out of it at the moment, but then all of a sudden like I'm just right back in this like numb mindset where it's just, all right, I'm gonna do this video, do that, do this, do that. Now I'm like, bruh, no, I want to do more. You know, like I want to play more games. I want to make music again. You know, I want to do like more videos of me giving out advice. Like I want to have it where I just got so much content to fall back on all of my channels. Like I don't care about how many views they get. I don't care how many subscribers I get. I just want to be able to say that I did that. I put out that many videos. I created that many channels. You know, I put out that many podcast seasons and episodes. You know, like, and I think like that's what a lot of times like what we need to do is find something that we are really good at and just go at it. Just go at it for as many rounds as we can go at it. And then once we feel like we ain't had enough, continue going at it. Obviously have your rest. And I feel like that's something that I definitely need. I need my rest. I need my, you know, just kind of like my little vacation from content creating. Because, man, I'm telling you, like, I feel like now with content creating, everything has just kind of hit me at once, you know, like creating channels, marketing myself, just doing all these different things. And I'm like, man, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I can say that it's hard, but at the same time, it's like, it's not hard because like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's hard because I'm doing too much. You know, like that's something that I know that I'm doing. I know that I'm doing too much. I can feel it in me that I'm doing too much. And that's the thing where it's like, it's fine. You know, like it's called me crazy, but I'm like, I want to do a whole lot. You know, I want, like, that's something where I'm like, bruh, if I go down in history as a content creator where he's doing all these different videos, he's you know, just got all these different, you know, just whatever. He's doing all these things content creating related. So be it. So be it. Because I'm like, you know, the thing is this. You know, I'm not gonna say that I'm in a bad situation like right now, like more so just like when talking like on living, but I want to like better it. You know, I want to have like a fat house. I want to have nice cars. I want to, you know, just all that stuff. Like I want to know. I want to be able to like to have it where I can like look at stuff and just be like, yeah, I can buy that. You know, like I want to be able to do things like that. So yeah, if you guys do see me, you know, just doing a lot with content creating is because I'm working towards that lifestyle. I'm working towards that life. I want to, that's another thing where I was like, bro, I was sitting down thinking about like how I want to like change my fashion, change my style, like, you know, because I know at some point in time, like that's something that I envision, that's something that I'm imagining, where it's just, you know, I'm still gonna have like, you know, my Adidas sweatpants, my hoodies and stuff, and I'm gonna, with regardless of what I think I kind of like, no, if you follow me on Twitch, I kind of like talked on it a little bit where I want to, you know, have it where I wear like kind of like suit like clothes, like I'll wear some button up shirts, some like slacky type pants and things, but I want to wear my sneakers. So everything else is gonna probably change about me, probably even my physical appearance. And you just, you know, when it comes to like what facial hair, like I definitely want to like, nah, bro, I gotta grow my facial hair out. I want a beard, bro. I want it straight up like a beard where it's like I can like grab it and kind of just, you know, brush on it with my hand type stuff. But anyways, but no, like I was just really just sitting down thinking like wanting to work out more. Like I kind of like I was challenging myself where it's like I want to like work out for the next 3 months, you know, and just, you know, really just kind of, because like, no, I took a before picture and I'm like, no, so that's why I'm like, I'm really trying to challenge myself, like, bro, I want abs, like I want like there's so many things that, you know, I really want in life, and I'm like, I know I can't get those things by just sitting around thinking about it. Like I actually got to do something about it, you know. So That's the motivation that I want to kind of just put into people. It's like when you want something, yeah, think of it at that initial moment in time, but you got to get to work. You got to you overall do something in order to get what you want, because I feel like, and I feel like in my situation, being a content creator, you're starting a business, you're starting a franchise. And I don't think not too many people realize like that's what content creating is. People think content creating is like, oh, it's just dumb kids going around, doing dumb stuff. But I'm like, no, there's people out there where it's like they truly do. Yeah, like those guys that be doing like the pranking videos and just overall doing some old dumb stuff. Like guys like the one dude that I can't remember if I did a podcast episode talking about it or a video, but there's this one guy that he did this video. I don't even know what happened to that guy. He overall got himself canceled before he could even become famous. But he did this video where he ate food in front of a homeless person. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, that's not gonna get you a franchise. That's not gonna. If anything, that's probably gonna get you a criminal record, because you're living a lifestyle where it's like that's not good for you. And I think people overall know like when a lifestyle isn't good for them, because I'm like, when have you seen like? And I know there's probably like, all right, so maybe let me correct myself before I even say something like that, because I was about to say like, when have you ever seen people do that? But I feel like people will use a bad situation and will try to make it seem like that, oh, well, since everybody's doing it, it's okay. TMossBoss just said, like, or asked that question, when have you seen other people do that? So, oh, I see it all the time. So, therefore, it means people like to think dumb stuff like that. And I'm like, no, you should know what's right and what's wrong. All right. And if you didn't have that guidance to tell you what is right and what is wrong, you better start looking that guidance up, rather than, oh, let me go and buy some food at McDonald's and eat it at in front of a homeless person. To that guy, you could tell that he didn't have no guidance in life. I'm sorry, but nah, there's no way possible he had somebody guiding him the right way. And if he did, fam, what went wrong? Like that's something where you gotta sit down and think about it. What went wrong? Because I'm just that's just way too many W's, bro. That's like trying to say what went wrong. Okay, there we go. I felt like, because I want to say like rant, and I'm like, no, I'm not trying to say rant. Tell you, man, the English language, I was like, I can't remember if I made that into a tweet or not, but I'm like, whoever came up with the English language, I'm like, nah, bro, I got beef with you, okay? Because it's just too many words with letters, all right? So, but anyways, jokes aside, but no, I just feel like that, like being in a zone like that where you're just putting yourself in a bad situation, it's not good for you. It ain't good for nobody. And I'm like, that's stuff that people need to know. They need to understand that, where it's like, you gotta really sit down, because like I sit down and I think about like content creating, I think about my life, I think about a lot of different stuff, and I feel like that, like, and it's just, me overthinking. And I feel like I need to separate the overthinking side of my brain to like what's really right and stuff. And at times I don't know what's right, because I can say that, like I didn't really have like a motivation, I didn't have something to like really push me through when it came to content creating. So this is like, in my opinion, this is the first time where I'm like kind of like on my own with something. So, and I'm trying to think like, yeah, I'm not gonna like say that I'm like alone when it comes to content creating. Like, I know I have my supporters, but when it's like the cameras are off and the streams are are like done for the day, and the TikToks have been posted and the podcast episodes been uploaded, all that stuff, when just all the content that I'm doing throughout the day, when all that stuff done seen the internet. And then it's like, it's the quiet part of being a content creator, you sitting in your room or house or wherever you are, and you're by yourself, and you don't really, you're kind of like trying to figure out like, okay, well, what can I do now? And it's like, that's where it's like, you're trying to, because I will say like what content creating is, that it really puts your mind in a different place. You know, like, and not like on a place where it's scary, but it just kind of puts you, like, when you try, like, when you're a content creator and then you try to, like, go back to, you know, the, like, well, I'm not going to necessarily say the real world, but I feel like when you kind of, like, leave out that content creating mindset, then you do try to, like, go outside, touch grass, whatever kids be saying nowadays, but it's like, no, when it's like you overall, like, do that and you're just outside of content creating, and now you got to be, like, the person behind the content creator, pretty much. Yeah, it's different, you know. Like, I feel like that who I once was, because, like, no, I sit down and I think about it. Like, I do feel like that I've changed a lot since becoming a content creator, and I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, who knows, maybe I did change for the good, but I don't feel bad for being a content creator. So I think, like, that's one thing where it's like, people, I really need to, like, do more episodes where I talk on that, because I personally don't think, like, it's bad becoming a content creator. Like, you do change and stuff, but overall I do feel like that's one of those changes where it's like it's like a fresh page, where it's like it's a blank canvas, and you gotta, like, draw your art. You gotta make your own art. You can't go base, you can't trace, you can't do none of that. You gotta, like, come out with your own art and stuff. So I do feel like that's how I kind of look at content creating. And it's good, you know, even just talking on that right now, like, it felt good to say that, you know, like, it's weird, but I'm telling you, at the same time, I'm like, bro, I wouldn't trade this in for anything else. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I really don't see myself doing anything else besides this. I'm like, because I know, like, if anything, I can see me doing something to try to support what I got going on right now. So yeah, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, that's the zone I feel like I need to be in and stuff. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 50 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram, and Kick at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It would knock $20 off your first purchase. So, to explain my SeatGeek promo code, because some people seem to get kind of confused by it. So, if you're purchasing one ticket, it has to be a ticket over $50. You're purchasing, I believe, multiple tickets, whether it's 2 or more. I have to check again. But when I had looked, I think it was like 2 or 3. And if it's a purchase like that, then it has to be over $150. So if you use my promo code, it knocks $20 off of whatever your first purchase is. All right. So if the purchase doesn't work, most likely it means because it fell underneath the minimum amount where it should be at and stuff. So yeah, again, one ticket, $50, and then multiple tickets, $150. And so on and so on. So, but anyways, and then also, if you are purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will knock 10% off your next purchase. And if you are purchasing any controller accessories from Fatal Grips, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock 10% off. Did I say $20 or 10% off for Poggers? 10% off for Poggers, 10% off for Fatal Grips. And that being said, and $20 off for SeatGeek. So, in that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.